We're going to understand what it takes to have a growth mindset. Now, what is a growth mindset? First of all, what is growth? Growth is literally just being better than who you were yesterday, right? So who you are today, better than who you are yesterday. And if you do that for a long period of time, even if in terms of better, you are just incrementally a little better, it's still going to be a completely different person at the end of 6 months, at the end of a year, much less 5 years or 10 years. And that's the power of having that growth mindset, right? And if you have that mindset, that habit that is always going to be there, you realize that this translates into a lifestyle. It's not just a habit that you follow for 7 days or 30 days. It becomes so ingrained in you that you do this subconsciously or unconsciously. Like it becomes part of who you are. And that is where the compounding effect comes in. At the end of a year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, you start to realize that you are a completely different person. And that's the kind of mindset that we want to cultivate. That's the kind of habits that we want to help bring into our lives in order to get us there. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a road trip as well. We're going to see some Teslas. We're going to have vineyards and gorgeous views all around in California. Let's dive into it. Finally here. Oh, the bathroom. Check out this place. So I just traveled about 2 hours from Fremont in California to this glorious vineyard in Napa, St. Francis. It's beautiful. Look at the vineyards, they're still yellow, which is a little bit strange because it's coming to the end of November already. But I am thankful that I managed to catch it because look at how beautiful it is. The scenery is just really epic. Check out this view. This is a real life Windows XP wallpaper. This is gorgeous. You can see the cities over here. A bunch of cars in the background as well. This place looks amazing. So first of all, habits. How do we get a habit and how do we translate that into something that is a lifestyle? We need to make sure that that's something that we are committed to. There are a few things, right? First of all, we need to know the destination, right? So that's step one. What is the destination that we are headed to? If it's a growth mindset, cool, but how do we get there? So in the first place, the desire and that motivation, it is something that comes from within. For myself, my family background was that we weren't rich. I wasn't starving, but I only had enough for primary school education and maybe secondary school education because the government heavily subsidized it. If I wanted to go to any other tertiary education, I had to go figure out how to get that money myself. I had to figure out how to get money if I want to go hang out with my friends or if I want to go eat at a restaurant with my friends. All that is on me. My family didn't have the resources, didn't have the finances for that. And me being the eldest of the family, I felt that that was my responsibility to ensure. I wanted to make sure that my family was well taken care of financially. We didn't have medical insurance, we didn't have health insurance, we didn't have all these things. And so I felt that it was something that put our family in a very precarious situation. What if somebody got into an accident? What if somebody fell ill? That would really make our family, like the life that we had, very difficult. And so, ever since I was a teenager growing up, I think that was one of the things that really kept me going to get to that destination where the family will be taken care of financially. And so that gave me a destination, that gave me a desire and motivation within, right? So I knew the destination, that was to make sure that my family was well taken care of financially. Now comes the second step. Do you have that intrinsic motivation to get there? For me, yeah, I had to do it. Again, elders of the family, somebody that, needed to make sure that the family was taken care of. That was my intrinsic motivation. There was nothing else that I wanted other than that. It came from a point of me where, a part of me that was very authentic, very true, and very real. Compare that to something where, maybe somebody says, hey, I want to start a business because I want to be rich and, I want to drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris all day long. Well, that's a nice destination to have, but intrinsically, is that something that you want to really, really, really have? And why do you really want to have that? Because I can tell you that journey from where you are to where you want to be, it's not going to be a nice, rosy path. Everybody can dream, everybody can want things, but then people start realizing the realities of life, right? The ups and downs, the sacrifices, the pain, the effort, the resources that it takes. Is that something that you really want to do, right? So that's gonna come from within. So mine intrinsically was there. And the third one is extrinsically, right? What's happening in your environment around you that helps you get to where you want to go. So I had a great co-founder. I found him, well, it was completely by accident. I went to Polytechnic. I met him on the first day of school. He was literally the guy that was sitting next to me. We started having a conversation, and one thing led to another. We became business co-founders for over 20 years. And that's something that you can't find just like that, right? You can't just walk down the street and find a business co-founder that you can spend decades with. And so for me, when I went through that helped me extrinsically, because together we kept egging each other on, we kept motivating each other, we had each other's backs, and we just kept growing together because we both of us had the same destination. I mean, he came from a similar background as I did, and together we just started growing and working our way down that path. So once that was there, it was extremely powerful. We had a destination, we had something intrinsic within us, we had something extrinsic that kept us going, and all that combined together got us to really have that growth mindset every single day. The one danger of life is that, if you're comfortable, all these things don't matter. If I was comfortable, if my life was comfortable, if my family situation was comfortable, I wouldn't have the hunger, the desire, the motivation, that fire beneath me to push me forward, to pursue all these goals. So that's something that I think is one of the ways you can create a growth mindset. And if that's something that, you can think about, realize, and then start introducing in your life, you can actually create those habits that are necessary to have that growth mindset that you need in order to get you to be a better person tomorrow, next year, to get you to a goal that you want tomorrow, next year, the next decade. So if you guys like this, let me know. I'm sure you have questions. If you do, just drop them down in the comments section down below. If this helps you, please share the video. Share the video with somebody or someone that might appreciate it. And more importantly, subscribe so you get more of these videos whenever I push them out. I'm really, really interested in what you find helpful or not so helpful about this video, whether there are points that I should talk more about, whether there are things that I should talk less about. Let me know, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.